friends, we're going to start our printmaking projects today. You're going to get a tray with ink, a couple of trays at your table with a braille roller. This is called a braille. And you're going to make sure that that braille stays in the tray that's at your table for the whole time so that we're not mixing colors. We're trying our best to stay away from mixing colors. So what you're going to do first is pick out the color construction paper that you want to put your print on, okay? Think about contrast. Contrast is when we place two very different things against each other. When you're thinking about your colors, you want to think about the value of colors you're doing. You want to choose two very different values. Now what I mean is in values is every color has its own value tone, okay? Pink is considered a lighter color. Yellow, lime greens, those are considered lighter colors. However, dark blue and some dark purples are considered darker value colors because they're darker. When you're rolling a lighter color on top of a lighter color, it's not going to show up very well. Okay, they're too similar, especially when it comes to printing. So I obviously wouldn't want to take a pink and put it on top of a pink piece of paper because that's not a very good contrast. However, I could take a dark blue and that pink's going to show up really well. Okay, so what I want you to do is you're first going to pick out the paper you want, and with a construction paper colored pencil, you're going to write your initials just in the corner, okay? And then you're going to have that all set aside because the quicker you go through this process, the better, all right? Ink dries really fast. One of the biggest mistakes my friends make in class when they're doing printmaking is they grab too much ink at a time. So I don't have too much on here, but let's say usually at the beginning of class I'll probably have, you know, a good chunk of ink up here. And you're going to be hesitant, you're going to want to grab the whole thing at once. All you need is to try to get a little bit at a time, because if you get big clumps and it's really heavy on the braille like that, what's going to happen is those clumps of ink are going to get into the creases of your print, and then it won't be a print anymore. Okay, you won't have the grooves that you need. So I'm going to grab just a little bit of at a time, and I'm just going to roll my braille back and forth. Now, I'm only getting the corner of this. I don't need to go and grab more. What I need to do is just keep rolling so it keeps spreading across, and you'll see it start to spread across the middle. I also want to roll in this direction, so I'm going to grab some in this direction, and then I'm going to keep going back and forth. Okay? So it's kind of like you're doing a T shape or an X cross. When you start to notice, see how it's kind of making that, not the squeaky noise, that's the braille, but it's making a clicky noise, kind of like a clicking with the ink. That's when you'll know you're pretty much ready for your print. So, make sure I get it really good. I'm going across a couple times, no clumps on my tray, no clumps on my braille. All right. I'm going to take this, go really quick, because if you're not fast enough, it's not going to come out. I'm going to come across. Okay, now some of my spots here I'm starting to notice. See how right here it's really light? I'm going to have to quickly go back in, go in a T shape, and do another layer, roll it across really quick. Oops. And then I'm going to take the color I'm using. All right. I want to see my name. I'm going to put this on top of my print. Do not, I repeat, do not take this and put it up here like that, okay? It's more of a mess and it doesn't work as well. This stays here, you take this and put it on top. Now you're going to give it a nice massage. All right, make sure you rub every part of your print with your palm and your fingers, otherwise it will not transfer. You're going to gently peel it back, and you're going to get a nice print, okay? Now, let's try it with the light pink. See what happens when we use a color that's similar to another color. Now, I could be wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong, so that's why you experiment. Sometimes I think it's not going to come out good, and it does. But I'd rather you try to be careful because your limit is 4 prints today to save on paper. So as you see, I still have some ink up here. I didn't need to grab it all, and I'm going back and forth, especially if this is looking like it's really thick. The more you go back and forth, the more you're kind of going to get some of that ink off your braille if you need to. All right, Might be too thick, I'm gonna grab too much, but let's see how it comes out. So nice long strokes across, remember. No short, guys, because otherwise it'll take too long for you to get it across your foam plate. Now this might come out actually cool because this is a light pink. They're not that similar, but let's see. Give it a nice massage. Pull it off. Actually, you know, it didn't come out too bad, and you know why? I think it's because it's like a darker pink against a lighter pink. So really, this pink is kind of dark. It's like a neon. Here's some other ones I did. I did a white. All right. And it's never going to come out the same. Like, look at these two black ones. These are two black ones, but this one had a little bit of a lighter layer of pink to it, so it's almost like it came out purple. If you start to get this whole thing going on here, all right, it's because you have some dried paint on your plate. And what's happening, and again, this ink dries so fast that probably after the second time, it'll start to dry on you. So what you need to do is you're going to have to clean your plate if it starts to look like this, where it kind of looks crispy and dry. I'm going to place a couple of these blue cloths at your table. You're just going to have to take them and kind of gently rub them across your foam plate to clean it off. And then you're going to take a piece of paper towel, which I don't have right on me right now, and you're going to dry it off, and then it'll be good as new. You can switch colors, but again, you're probably going to want to make sure it's dry before you switch colors. And what happens when it's dry? You get that clumpy kind of look. So